Hey guys, how you doing? So in this particular video, it's the long-awaited sequel to keeping track of the Sinotype collection as it progresses. Yep, I'm sure you're going to have a fun one with this. But basically, it might go on for a bit long, because with the first portion, I'll be recording it the day before we have March 4 swipe for 2026, and then of course, the day after. The reason why? Well, a certain box's DLC appeared, and that'll be the main thing that we'll be discussing. And of course, we'll be kind of theorizing what happens next, what price is it even going to sell for. Obviously, by now, with you watching at this specific time, you'd probably know what the price is. But I thought it'd be nice to just kind of showcase all of this and then showcase the reaction afterwards. So by all means, if you just want to skip ahead, look in the description, chapters are there, you can see exactly what we're talking about, you get the whole idea. Now, if you want like a TLDR in regards to what my thoughts are, hello Ruskin enjoyers. We might be in the worst timeline right now. Well, we were due to talk about this. Let's jump in, let's start talking. Just over half a year ago, everything seemed wonderful. Everything seemed lovely. For the first time in 3 whole years, we finally saw another storage collection being added to Rust. And we were so hopeful. We were so happy. And once we got like confirmation, once that ammo box appeared in another Rust store, and we truly realized, oh, it's definitely happening. Oh, there's tons of sales. There's so much interest. There's so much demand. Sinotype collection, it had a pretty lovely start to it, didn't it? Yes. And over the many weeks, as we progressed, we saw more and more skins being accepted. We started questioning how good could it get. We questioned how far could we go. Well, I'm sure you know by now. We went all the way up to 20. Sinotype became the largest storage collection we have ever seen. More specifically, talking about large boxes. So as we keep progressing, prices keep improving. Oh, it's amazing. Just to remind you, at one point, the guns box sold for over $30. But as we reach the end of the year, after we endure the autumn-fall seasonal dip, which was real bad, around October time 2025, lots of skin prices dropped off really bad. We started questioning things back here as well, didn't we? A certain commit was being mentioned a lot. Face Punch was referencing a boxes DLC. And yep, you can see it all the way back then, November 10. Boxes DLC, 11 minutes in, I start questioning, well, surely Face Punch wouldn't do such a thing. Surely it'd be small boxes, right? They wouldn't want to, well, I'm going to have to say it, screw over all the people that already bought these storage collections in the past, right? Neon storage collection, Scientific storage collection, Graffiti storage collection, and of course the brand new Sinotype, which they have been consecutively, constantly accepting. They wouldn't do that to us, would they? They wouldn't do that, right? Well, you know exactly why we're here. Quite some time back, I'm talking like 2 weeks ago, I'm on my stream. I was kind of preparing things with Cheese Taco. We're figuring out like what type of boats we could make for Jack Shepherd's Armada event, the boat event, basically. Mr. Protox appears. He says, oh, I can confirm to you the boxes DLC is large boxes. Oh no. Oh no. So once again, I repeat, we were so optimistic. We were so happy. What a wonderful start leads to a very bitter, sad end. And so here we are. The next update to the Sinotype collection. We are in the worst timeline. How bad was it for you? Feel free to comment below. So, after 20 acceptances, after many instances of doing buy orders, for March 4 Swipe 2026, we're getting a Face Punch Boxes DLC. Now, as of right now, we don't know what the price is, but I'm recording this literally the day before. We've just done the abnormal barders with Lunar New Year Week 2 skins. You just saw that Rust on SEM and whatnot. Like, yeah. Tomorrow we're going to find out what the price is, and that price could make things even worse. Because even back here, I was questioning, well, if that Boxes DLC is a large box collection, what would they sell it for? What price? Like at one point, Sinotype collection was pushing up to almost $60. Quite some time back, before we even found out that the Boxes DLC was going to be large boxes. Graffiti was comfortably over 80, Scientific was comfortably over 130, and well, if you add up all the neon storages, all of that was probably pushing up to over $200, maybe $250. Not anymore. So if you could just scroll down in this video, you might see a very appropriate response from me. Let's just zoom in. There you go. Yeah. Can you see all of that? Yep. Very appropriate response. Yep. And yeah, so there's the announcement on Twitter, and there's the reaction. Yep. Yeah, I did it twice. I had to get the point across. But we should point out, this proposed DLC doesn't have literally every single box that we've seen in a storage collection before. There's no electrical box, drop box, well, navy box, if you're going to care about that. Yeah. Not all of Sinotype is doomed, but we need to find out what the price is for this. So once again, props to Mr. Protox for informing us, but the reaction, the reaction. So literally, over the course of like the next 24, I'd say like, over the course of that weekend, yeah, suddenly everybody felt the need to sell their Sinotype skins. I got dumped on. I tried to warn everybody, and I didn't like. I could just go over to here. You'll see it. Yeah. It's an issue of I have so many Steam accounts. I didn't know where specifically to look, so I did remove some borders here and there. Didn't check all of them. Anyway, so yeah, the reaction happened, and it kind of looks like Sinotype is doomed. This is not fun. This is not enjoyable. This is sad. So anyway, yeah, there's the current Twitter, and there's the most recent thing. Here's me questioning what we could see tomorrow. Well, it's more than just the first ever barbecue skin and an armored double door skin. It will be that Boxes DLC. So from Mr. Protox once again, there you go. There's a picture of what we're expecting. It's not very pretty. So this is where I'm going to start talking about maybe it won't be so bad. As you can see, you've got some fairly DIY style designs. However, you might notice they are all fully transparent, mostly, okay? You can actually see what's being added. When you put something in there, it kind of gives the impression, it's not like the specific item itself, but you'll see, like, if you put metal frags in here, you'll start seeing metal frags being piled up in there. But when it comes to, like, clothing, you might just see, like, default hoodies and whatnot in there. Guns as well, you might just see default guns being added, but it still shows it as if it's getting more and more stuff being added. So it doesn't literally tell you, oh, this is full, but you'll be able to look at it real quickly and notice, oh, that's looking pretty full. So, yeah. But it's not like super visually appealing. With all due respect, Sinotype looks pretty sweet. I'm a fan of the Graffiti collection. Not everybody is. Scientific looks pretty cool as well, with its scientific diagrams and all of that. And, you know, neon storage is very straightforward, but nice and clean. With what you have here, it just quite literally just tells you, nice and easy to read, that's ammo, that's comps, that's meds, that's stone. They glow in the dark at night. It's basically what a lot of people just simply want. So take this into consideration. It's taking away a lot of the demand for the storage collections. Or from the storage collections of what I should say. So basically, the potential demand, all the potential people that would have liked to have bought Sinotype collection and all the other storage collections, you get the idea. We're now expecting less demand, and potentially you might not see the prices improve as good as what they were before. But that's not marketable. That's not tradable. It's a DLC pack, which currently at the moment we don't know the price of. I reckon that might be the most expensive DLC we'll ever see from Rust, because justifiably you could sell that for about $30. I'd say if they listed it at 50, it'd still get sales. If it does sell for 50, okay, Sinotype might recover. So let's now switch over to here. Let's go over to here. Ta-da! Let's go to see how that Sinotype collection's currently holding up. It's not looking pretty. So with the naval update, we did see the Navy box being accepted. That was cool. But it's not looking pretty. So altogether right now, that is just under $35. And as I said, it was comfortably above 50 before we even found out what the box's DLC is. But with all due respect, I should point this out. Over the course of post-Christmas, all storage collections weren't really going up in price that much. They really weren't going up in price that much. You could go back, you could go look at my post-Christmas videos for 2026. I would definitely have talked about selling my storage collections and just noticing the prices really aren't looking that very pretty. They really weren't, because everybody was concerned what the box's DLC is going to be. So just want to add that extra little tidbit. The prices here really didn't improve that much. And let me tell you, post-Christmas 2026 has been wonderful. Like, it's been going on even throughout all of February. Prices have been good. Very good for the first, half of January, really good. But still very good afterwards for a while as well. So what I'm trying to get across is, this wasn't looking very pretty even then. And now it's even worse. So, yes. Oh boy. But, again, is this it at its worst? If that box's DLC does sell for 50, that might recover. Again, you have the ability to sell it if you don't want to keep it anymore. You can't say that with DLC. I am surprised they did it, but maybe Facepunch just thought, well, we can provide you something that you're constantly wanting, and we can get a guarantee of some money. Oh, God. Anyway, I do believe a lot of people just grab that DLC. Again, I don't care what the boxes look like. They just want it to be organised, okay? So, yeah. So let's also go ahead and take a look at Graffiti collection. So, Graffiti. And as you'll see, it's not $80 anymore, is it? No. Still in the positive, but not $80 anymore. Now, just to remind you, this is missing the electrical box, so I guess I'll go ahead and look at that as well. So, electrical Graffiti. There we go. Yep. And that is still $4.50. One thought is perhaps the electrical boxes and the drop boxes from the other storage collections will actually still hold up quite nicely. But then there's also the question of, well, you know what? Maybe Facepunch might just add more of these in the future. Props to Sendox for making that. That looks nice. Very visually appealing. So, yeah. Maybe they'll just add some more. Because honestly, what's stopping them? Maybe they'll find out that people aren't buying it that much. So then they'll probably feel the need to make some small boxes as well. Oh, imagine that. So, yeah, that could happen. They'll probably make small boxes for cards boxes and I don't know. You could put a mini sort of furnace box because you could put them above your furnaces in a little furnace room. You get the idea. So there could be more on the horizon. As of now, though, we're not fully sure. But back over to here. That still adds to the Graffiti collection. So technically, altogether, it's over $60. But then we'll go look at Scientific. Before all this went down, Scientific collection was selling for just over $130. Now it's down to $93. So, yeah. Still in the positive, but not as good. But this is where I also have to talk about the player count. Because, well, right now it's March. By default, during March and April, we tend to see a bit of a drop with the player count. Now, unfortunately, Steam Charts isn't working. I could look at, Steam DB, but it's not super clear. I guess that'll have to do, right? So basically last year, we had a lot of people playing. We had a very good average player count. I think we're probably better off looking over to here. I have a tweet that I talked about this somewhat recently. Usually January, February, lots of people turn up, lots of people playing, lovely to see. But then after that, we then have a bit of a drop around, March and April. But then after that, summertime. Lots of people return back again. Kids out of school. So, okay, yeah. So, understand this. At the very beginning of the year, post-Christmas, lots of people playing, high prices. March and April, we see a bit of a drop off. People are focusing work. Kids have got exams to do and whatnot. Okay, yeah, the player count would drop. The demand for skins would drop. The prices would go down. But around May time, and then as we enter June, July, August, summertime, kids are out of school, lots more people playing Rust again, prices go back up again, brand new all-time peak prices again. So take that into consideration, okay? Perhaps all this going down now actually is perfectly fine. And then maybe look at those Sinotype skins, maybe look at those Graffiti storage skins, those scientific storage skins. Maybe this is them at their worst for a while. And then come the summertime, after we find out what the price is of the boxes, DLC and whatnot, maybe these actually recover. Again, is the design of the boxes DLC to your liking? Are you one of the types of people that don't care? There's no wrong answer. There's no right answer, okay? But we, the investors, we have to work around this. I picked up a lot of those Sinotype skins with barders. I feel bad for Cheese. Cheese did solid, strong barders in every single Sinotype skin. I did buy some straight from the Ruster as well, but I kind of noticed quickly, early on, most likely a lot of these are just going to probably go down in price for a while at certain points to go back up again, so I stuck with barders for most of them. Although I did buy like 20 of the wood Sinotype box. I could have flipped that for a good profit. Didn't do it though. So yeah, boxes DLC. Not a fun time for pre-existing storage collections. And now we have the Neon collection. But I should point out, it's not a storage collection specifically anymore. It's got various other deplorables. But like I said, even before all this was like over $300. So I have reason to believe, yes. I mean, some of you most likely already own these. Prices have been dropping off. So if I could just quickly look at the guns box, for example, yeah, you can see an SCMM, it would show you if you look at the sales history and whatnot, but I think we could just do that ourselves. So boom, oh, look at that, wonderful. Right, come on, don't worry, I'll fix this. Boom, oh, look, with the magic of pretending I'm from a different country, I can now look at the Steam market without an issue. Yeah, if you get the request issue, just use a VPN, right? So let's just quickly look at you. Oh, look at that, it's very easy to notice right there. Currently, this is listed at just about $9. And, well, not a huge amount of listings, but if we could just scroll down, it's very obvious. Oh, wow. So around February 20, the news came out. However, how has it performed previously? Because you might notice, hang on a minute, haven't we gone through this period of time before? So, yeah, here you go. Here's post-Christmas 2025, and it goes down. Why? March and April. Oh. Now, surprisingly, this has been steadily going down in price. Probably because of the Sinotype collection coming out. Maybe. But it wouldn't surprise me if this whole collection probably still recovers. So maybe, as I said, if you genuinely like the other storage collections of the past, maybe jump back in now. Honestly, prices are expected to be down for a while, and then, of course, eventually, all prices in general for Rust skins are expected to improve and work out nicely in the summertime. Now, I shouldn't say summertime because, again, people around the world, they have different seasons. More specifically, around July, August. There you go. So it's usually around then where we see the prices really peak and work out nicely. You get the idea. Cool. So it's definitely a big question now. How to react. If you're just simply looking to get yourself a nice cheap storage collection, boom, go for it now. Honestly, just go for it now. Although maybe at least wait until, when we find out what the price is of the boxes DLC. But then again, by the time this video's out, that would have already happened. So yeah, too late for you. But for the people watching, hello people watching, how you doing? So anyway, it's unfortunate how it all went down. I'm only half joking when I say, oh, this is the worst timeline. But yeah, it's certainly wasn't helping us out, was it? No. And we were actually considering bad things. It's unfortunate. But I'm genuinely surprised FaceBunch did this. I'm genuinely surprised they actually went and did that. Again, maybe it's guaranteed funds that they want or need. Well, there you go. So, feel free to comment below your thoughts, your opinions. How many Sinotype skins do you own? Unfortunately, I should point this out. With the inventory being weird on Steam right now, it wouldn't be easy to show you because if I search for it now, it's going to do that. And if I say try again, it might get stuck. That's happened a lot. There seems to be some changes happening on Steam, and it's caused the inventories to go a little bit funny as of recent. But I already showed you I've been dumped on. But I was invested. And I've had some pretty interesting, notable people message me recently, like big content creators, saying, "Oh, Hedge, what do you reckon?" Well, I reckon I'm not in a good position. Let me tell you that. Look at that. Ooh. And that's just this account. Yes. That's just this account. This does have the most of it. It definitely has most of it. But, wow, I was smart to go ahead and try and sell these whilst I could. Unfortunately, I still have a lot of them. Damn. Oh, no. But, yeah, I'm not joking. If you go over to here, if you look at my YouTube, you'll see playlists, and you'll see me talking about how I'm approaching the situation in regards to, like, the storage collections. There's the post-Christmas 2026, but more specifically, look at the parts where it's like actually January time. And yeah, I'm like, well, you know, I thought it might be a good time to just sell the storage collections. I'm questioning everything in regards to what happens when we see the DLC fully being revealed. And, well, it got revealed. It got revealed. Right, so yeah. How about we quickly hop in game then? And just get a good look at Sinotype for one last time. Well, I mean, you know, I can still use it, but, you know, I don't know if it's going to actually be appreciated anymore. And here we are. All of the skins on display. It's quite unfortunate how this turned out. But it was nice to see the progress. It was fun. It was interesting to see what was getting made next. We saw some pretty cool looking designs. But the fatal flaw with this whole collection, unfortunately, was the fact that so many people couldn't read it from the small side. First of all, oh, look at that. Let me just also move a little bit more to the right, because I just noticed, oh, there you go, Hedge, your stupid face is in the way. But that's a pretty interesting looking selection. There were some issues, I do remember this, there were some issues. Some people like, oh, he's using the same colour again, I can't tell the difference. I mean, you can look at the picture on the top right, but again, it's from the side, so how about we go ahead and start yapping about that? So let's get up nice and close. I am still surprised to this day people can't read what's right there in front of you. Top left, N, top right, A, bottom left, V, and then bottom right, Y. What does it spell? Navy. And what does it say over here? D-R-O-P, Dropbox. What does it say over here? C-O-A-L, coal. And yet to this day, people still can't read it. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why the Boxes DLC most likely will just be taking up all the attention from Sinotype. So yeah, it's quite tragic. I could go to the other side. So electric. And then over to here, that says Frags, F-R-G-S. And over to here, A-R-M-O-R, armor. So yeah. Yeah. So many people said, I thought it was Mandarin. No, it's just a very stylized text. It's even on the top as well. So like, word. Yeah, anyway. So it's going to be very interesting now to see how everything turns out. Part of me would sit here and say, you know what? It would be pretty interesting to find out. Like, you know, maybe all of this springs up ever so nicely. Because, you know, the Boxes DLC might sell for $50. But there's also the next thing to point out. How many people in general that play Rust are aware that the Boxes DLC is coming out tomorrow? We didn't actually question that, did we? So props to Amos Baltimore that just said that in the chat. That just might make things even worse. But I get the feeling the majority of people have already reacted. And the reaction was, oh, wow, okay, that's going to crash and burn. Well, to be honest with you, the older skins, they're still holding up quite nice. But there very well could be a possibility that Sinotype could be cheaper than the Boxes DLC. I am leaning more towards it wouldn't surprise me if that Boxes DLC ends up selling for about $30. Again, 40? 50? I think it would still sell. By the way, if you can hear the jets, yeah, it's the final day before, well, you know, force wipe, so. I wasn't joking. I've left it till the last second. But it was probably a lot more interesting to leave it till just the last second and then see the reaction tomorrow and then talk about it the day after as well. So yeah. Cool. How are you feeling, Hedge? Just have Mikon sit there and say, what if they sell it for a tenner? No. It won't be that cheap. There's 16 boxes. They are aware that people like to collect these. They are aware of the storage collections. They've just fully accepted all of this, Mikon. It'll be more than $10. It'll be more than that, as I said. If anything, I think the cheapest price would be 20. I get the feeling they're probably thinking, you know what, 20 probably is going to be the number because it's quite approachable. Yeah, no, I think it's 30. 30, I think, would be probably the best. 20, they'd probably get more sales, but I think you'd still get a lot of people buying it if it's 30. Anyway, the number will always be referenced. We might still see storage collections being produced from, skin creators. Not sure if it's actually going to happen, but people will always compare to the box's DLC. So, yeah, $20 plus Olio. Yeah, it's probably 20. I reckon it's 20. But yeah, I'm just surprised. I am just surprised that they actually went ahead and did it. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't happen, but well, here we are. The worst timeline. Right then, so all I can really sit here and say is, well, got to wait and see what happens tomorrow then. I'd like to record the reaction. How about we now skip ahead to that part? You might notice I'm dressed for the part. Yes. For you see, if we get absolutely screwed over today, yes, I am perfectly well dressed to have a mental breakdown and go absolutely bananas. So it's March 4 swipe for 2026. The skins were pretty interesting. There's a certain notable one, you can see it right now. But what we're here to talk about, of course, is that devilish DLC pack. Ever since November 2025, we have dreaded what you're going to be. Well, you're right there in front of us now. So last night we were playing a guessing game. What price could it be? Now, I was under the impression, you know what, $30, that'd be okay, it'd still get sales, it wouldn't necessarily harm the other storage collections that much, although it already has. It wasn't $20, no. It was $18. It might not be very easy to notice, but I'm quite frustrated right now. Very much so. So, yeah. $18! Why did they do this? Like they would have known. Surely they would have known this would only lead to issues to the pre-existing storage collections. But they've gone ahead and done it. Well, now to see the repercussions. I mean, $18, the difference between that and 20. I mean, yeah. I was definitely warming up to the idea it was probably going to be 20. So now we'll hop over to here and look at Sinotype again, because did you notice something? Oh, there you go. We get a little consolation. A little farm garage door. Are you happy? No. No, I'm not. Even with this being added, the price still went down overall. Okay. So, this quite literally is the worst timeline. Everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. And, well, all those buy orders we did, All those straight purchases from the Rust store. Oh, well, there goes all my funds. Yippee! So, yeah. Why would you add 20 storages in a whole set and then introduce something literally just after that completely, like, makes it redundant, especially considering the prices as well? Like, at bare minimum, if you did 20 times 2.49, oh, here we go. Well, you're going to look at around $50, right? And then they go ahead and make their very own one and list it at 18. Now, don't forget, that DLC pack right here, it's not marketable, it's not tradable, and when you've bought it, after 48 hours, it's permanently stuck on your account. So you'll never be able to get those funds back ever again. That's debatable. It's debatable, you know, if it's going to, like, if you're not going to like it or not. Just to point out, I get given DLCs, all right? So, yeah, if you thought I bought it, trust me, I don't even want to look at it. But, yeah, point made, understood. I've just sat here for about 5 minutes just complaining. To be honest, I think you kind of got the memo pretty quickly what this was going to be like. But by all means, offer your opinions. Tell me what you think. Are you absolutely livid? Do you also want to go bananas? I'm so yellow in the face. So, let's also point out, as Marco just said, if you honestly wanted to go grab yourself a storage collection, like one of the pre-existing ones that already existed, now's probably a great time to jump in. Maybe wait a little bit longer. Maybe wait another month. Okay. All Ruskins in general are expected to drop off around now. So as we go further in to March time, as we start like April time, it's usually around that specific point we will have a dip. And, well, you might not have noticed it instantly right now, but keep track of things over the course of the next few weeks. Like with the player count today, we only reached up to around 180,000. It's not doomed, it's not ruined, it's just, you know, this is a routine thing that we were expecting, and I was warning people about. So, oh, it could get much worse. Yay! So, okay. That's it. That's how it ends. That's the end of this little mini-series. Just the storages now only adds up to $31. That's how bad it is now. From very nice, humble, wonderful, optimistic beginnings, it ends now with, well, in sadness and depression. Thanks, Face Punch. Thank you. Right then, so should I hop in game now and actually get a recording of this brand new Boxes DLC? Okay, so we're in game. The update's gone through. I've already seen the brand new Rust store for March 4 swipe. And I've already prepared a very interesting showcase. So, this will perfectly showcase to you the issues and the flaws with the Sinotype collection. Can you read what that says? The majority of people will not be able to do so. We've already kind of talked about this the previous day. But can you actually read that? We've already showcased how, but... Then we look at this. Clothing. It's just right there. And it's also located right over here as well. Yeah. You also had a bit of a gimmicked, interesting clothed design as well around the box. Looking pretty cool. But yeah, still, this is ruined Sinotype and all the other storage collections. Ooh. So it's just so much more straightforward. That's what people just want. They don't want to turn up to this box and think, okay, a clothes, a clothes, C-L-O-T-H-E-S, clothes. Oh. Yeah, no, they just want straightforward. There's a reason why Neon has performed very nicely over the years, because it's just literally a different colour, a different name, and well, that's it. Maybe a different picture. That's it. That's literally it. So it's very straightforward, but very easy to read. This right here, I believe we can say the same with that. Especially when you look at it in such a way. I can pull all the way back over to here. And I can still see, you know, it says clothing. It's very easy to read. So, yeah. Nighttime with the globe, even better. Well then. Fancy details, Mr. Smoke-a-Lot says. Oh, well, hold on a second. So if each of these storages intending to house a particular item or content, well, they do have an interesting detail. If you look in the scrap box right now, for example, you'll notice there's quite literally a lot of scrap. And just to help you visually see it, ta-da! Look at those big fat stacks. My goodness! So the way it works is that when you fill it up properly, it will quite literally showcase you visually that it's getting more filled up. So if I could just open this real quickly, it's all about whether the slots are actually filled. So if I could just take all these now. Let's just take all this. Cool. So I've got that now. Oh, did you notice how it just disappeared? So it basically reacts to what, like how much gets added, how much gets taken out. And again, as you walk up to it, you might notice, oh, hang on a minute, that's like super full. I need to go put my brand new scrap somewhere else. So, yeah. The way this works applies to every other storage here. When more content is added inside it, you'll get like a visual detail. So it is a bit generalized as well. You got the guns box over there. Give it any gun. Yep. Slowly add like a stockpile of weapons. It does look a bit messy, but for that one. But still stylish in its own way. So, yep. So, okay. Honestly, with this, like the little tweaked designs, the little instances of like a character and whatnot, it's not too bad. It's not the most prettiest design, but it's also not that bad. Okay. Sorry if I look a little bit tired. It's been a horrible day. But, yeah. I'm just tired from all the screaming, you see. I think Sinotype's probably going to have a bad time now. You don't say. Well, I think it could get worse. And that sounds like a big problem. Are we woo or are we wood? So, yeah. Oh dear. But other than that, I hope like this whole discussion and showcase was like entertaining and interesting for you. Do you reckon they'll add more storages at a later time? To further that, do you reckon Facepunch will turn around and make their very own small box collection? Why did they randomly stop? That small box collection we saw progressing ever so nicely recently. You know the one. Small props, that's it. Small props collection. They just randomly stopped doing it. We thought that that was one of the big sort of like hints that I thought was leaning towards the, you know, the boxes DLC potentially being small boxes, which I would have preferred. But no. Okay. That's it. I'm done. I've dried all my tears. I'll just have to move on to the next thing. I'm not going to feel compelled to sell like everything right now. I could wait it out. Maybe quite a lot of them would go back up to their resto prices. I'd be happy with that because then I could sell them. It's a profit. So, alright, cool. That's it. Thank you for raiding me, Mr. Perilous. I just had a nice little discussion talking about the brand new boxes DLC and the impact it's had simply existing. Oh, I've had fun talking about all the stress it's given me as well. Oh, I love it. Right then, so in regards to this video, that's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching me, and best of luck to all of you. All that yapping, and I could have just sat here and just constantly